The show must go on. The show
Yes,
must go on.
the best intro of all time. Jelani, you are amazing.
Listen, show. The show must go on.
Yes, yes, it must. So, hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning into The Show Must Go Online, or The Show Must Go On, if we're
Yes.
going Jelani style, which we
Yes.
might need to have you sing again because it kind of broke up there, and you're amazing.
Oh, happily. Just tell me when.
Go for it.
The show must go on.
Yes. You are giving me so much life right now. Whew.
Okay.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Everyone, we have Jelani Remy today, and your smile, your voice, your energy, you always
My
just
curtain. Look at my red
your
curtain.
curtains. Yes. You bring us so much joy. How are you doing today?
Lately, I'm doing the most. But I'm happy. Well, all things considered, I'm happy. I'm happy to see, the support. I'm happy to see people listening. I'm happy to see people educating others. And I'm happy that I'm happy to know that everything's going to get better. Even Broadway, like we are figuring things out, and we're using our platforms for this is my pride mask.
Yes.
But thanks Holly Butler. Thanks Holly. Um but it's amazing to see how everybody really is banding together, in our communities, our Broadway communities are, where we live, our neighborhoods, everybody is doing their part to work together. I'm at home in my hometown of Cedar Grove, and we're having a peaceful protest on Sunday. So
Nice.
it's amazing to see my very, I'm gonna say it, my very white town banding together to, you know, come together for change. And it's heartwarming, and I'm excited for it. So maybe that's why I'm in good spirits, because I see the fruits of the labors.
Mm. Yes, yes. I could only imagine like all these different towns with like the small communities, the mostly white communities, and people
Here.
are starting to wake up. I hope.
Mhm.
I hope.
They better, because I'm here and I'm home and I'm loud. So
Yes, and we love it. We love everything about it. I I've heard a few times that like because we're in quarantine that this movement is taking new life because everyone has the time now.
everyone has the time now, Shoshana, but also like people have been angry.
Yeah.
People have been cooped up in the house, and now when we got firsthand, vision of what happened, it was pretty much the straw that broke the camel's back. And you send us in the streets after being inside for so long. Like, it's the perfect recipe for bigger fuel under the fire.
Yeah.
This is something that had to happen, but it's amplified because we were all in the house watching it happen. You
Right.
know what I mean? And that definitely has an effect, a bigger
Yeah.
amplification. And to know that, like, even when it did happen, I don't know if the right steps were taken.
Yeah.
So, and it's amazing to do it on top of a pandemic, because like we're having to use our voices and shout while wearing these masks. So but it's a handicap already. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
it's another sort of layer to this equation that has been so difficult. And it came to me talking to someone in another stream that I made that point. And I was like, how amazing that we have to use our voices while we cover our mouths. Like,
Wow.
it's insane.
What an interesting juxtaposition. I haven't thought of it that way. I like that. And it's pride on top of it.
The Pride must go on. It is Pride Month, so keep it safe, everybody. It is
Yes.
Pride Month.
Have you been able to celebrate inside safely?
Uh, Not yet. Well, I did have a brunch with my friends on a couple Sundays ago, but that was pre-Pride Month. But this month we will brunch harder on
You
the
gotta
internet.
brunch it up.
And by brunch, I mean we all log on and eat and drink and have important conversations. I have a good group of friends that we
Mm,
all just like chime in and have a safe panel to just
yeah.
get things out and conversate. Is that a word? And
Sure.
we talk about things going on in our personal lives, in the community, in the world, and
Yeah.
we all leave feeling heard, and we all
Hmm.
leave feeling, getting a little bit of knowledge. And it's
Yeah.
a diverse group of friends. We have everybody under the rainbow. and I'm happy that I have them, but I'm thrilled to celebrate this month with them because I'm proud of each and every one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, connecting with friends right now has been so important. And so like we've
Hmm.
been having like a lot of FaceTimes. Like my one friend Julie and I have like a weekly, like every Sunday we chat. And it's just been like a really nice way to be like, there's a little bit of normalcy or there's a little bit of like,
A
every
schedule.
Sunday, a schedule,
A
right?
schedule, a sense of like commitment, which is nice.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things was I got to interview my relatives. So I would call like my grandma and hear why she decided to, come here from Barbados as a
Yeah.
teenager, as a young adult, and like get her story. And it's been amazing and like uninterrupted. And
Yeah.
what it is that a lot of times when I'm with my family, it's been limited because
Mm.
I have a show that night or I'm home on vacation from a tour or something like that. So it's been refreshing and humbling
Hmm.
to
I
be
love
home with my
that.
parents because it's definitely the dynamic of like so or like I'll
Yeah.
be trying to like film videos and my mom is like vacuuming, so it's like or like she'll be like, "Oh, sorry, what you you could have done that better anyway." Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's still a stage mom, still correcting all my things.
Yes.
It's okay. It's better that I cut, 'cause but we love it.
Yes.
We
Oh
love
my
it.
gosh. Right. Like, what a reality check. Like, hey, I'm starring in a Broadway show one
Take
day.
out the trash.
There are still dishes that need to be cleaned.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So it's a nice balance though. It's definitely
Yeah.
a nice balance.
Yeah, for sure. My dog is luckily right now just chilling right back here. He's adorable. His name is Slim. His sister is
Slim?
Shady. Yeah.
Of course, love it. Hi,
Yeah.
your name is
Uh,
I I wonder about the pets. They're probably like, "Why are you still here? Like, don't you again?
yeah.
Couch again?"
I know, but then when it's all over, they're gonna be like, "Yo, where'd you go? We
I
had all this
know.
bonding time."
I
It's gonna be really
know.
sad. I'm excited for life to get a little bit like back to normal and like to
Yeah.
go back to Broadway. But also that means I'm not gonna be here with this pup and I'm gonna miss him so much.
Well, the good thing is that we have like I think we get out in 2045, did they say? When is this done? 2045 or
Yeah, yeah, I think that sounds right.
clear. So you have plenty of time. Plenty of time.
2045. It does feel like that, doesn't it?
Feels like an eternity. It really does.
How
I've
did
got I've
y'all
got
find
facial
out?
hair now. How did we find out about closing and everything?
Yeah.
Well, I was actually in Tulum at a wedding. A
Oh,
Princess Jasmine got married. Ariel Jacobs. Hey, babe. She shut down the world with her wedding, and
wow.
we were in Tulum celebrating her wedding, and came back, and then that's when everything was sort of like shutting down, and like we found
Wow.
out that it was a no go, and then it was hard because we didn't really have a date set to come back, so everything was sort of up in the air. And
Right.
for an artist, like instability does not work well with us. So we were like, well, how, what's happening? But nobody had answers, at that time. So we were all in this
Mm,
together, but like it was hard. It was hard. And luckily now we have a
yeah.
little clarity and have been having conversations and meetings, and it's been wonderful. But I mean, ultimately, we all still miss performing. We miss being on stage, and we miss, that audience actor connection and putting on art on a stage. Like, I love the computer. Don't get me wrong. We love this,
Of
but it's
course.
different. It's different,
Yeah.
and it serves a different purpose. There's something about putting that live show on that is irreplaceable.
Irreplaceable.
You must none COVID-19.
I love that you yes and everything.
Thank you, UCB. I met UCB no longer in New York, right? They closed down a
Mm,
studio, but gone too soon because had it not been for that class, saying, just saying.
yeah.
I also wrote a rap.
What?
I don't know if I know. I wrote a remix to Savage. You know that song Savage?
Uh, like if you want to share it,
Do you think so?
why not? This is what life's all about.
Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of it now. Tell me what you think, okay?
We're here. We're
Um,
ready.
okay. Okay. Took that test. Took that test, aced that test. Glad I took that test. Yo, I'm a pandemic pioneer while Trump is up and lying here saying testing is available when it was not. But finally they told me I can pull up with my homie and get tested for some antibodies right up in their spot. COVID got me really over it cause I wasn't knowing if I got. So I stroll into my doctor, oh then I just take some tests and I wait for my results. COVID savage, antibody lavish, ready to give my plasma. Won't give it or get it, I've had it. I've had it. COVID savage. That's a snippet. That's just a snippet.
Yes. Yes.
Because I'm hearing all these stories about people getting tested. I wanted to write about it because if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Like, why not just let it out? And I've been writing a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm putting in my cabaret called Pandemonium.
Yes, I
Coming
am
to a
here for this.
coming to a 54 below near you, or wherever. But yeah, I've decided to like turn it inward and start writing
Mm,
comedy sketches, write real songs, just getting everything out.
yes, right, because it's like you can either cry or you can laugh or you can
You
laugh
can do
and
both.
cry.
You can do
Yes.
both, but not all the time. Like it's all about balance. It's all about balance. Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm all
Thanks.
about that parody life and like taking
How was
something,
savage? So I
clearly.
heard it all the time, and I was like, okay, how can I make this my own or something?
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. And I liked your pose. I've been
Thank you.
watching a whole bunch of that amazing show.
Pose.
Yeah.
Let me see. Prove it. Come on. 5, 6, 7, and 8, and work, 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 work. Happy Pride, happy Pride. Yes, 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 yes. Raspberry glasses.
You clearly got it down better. I watch in awe and I try to take it all in.
You are a sponge, young grasshopper.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you. And to everyone here in the comments, please,
Oh
y'all,
yeah.
just like
Hey.
type away. We see you, Gigi with the eyes. We love you, Gigi.
Oh, hey.
We saw you and Nick Walker and everyone at Ain't Too Proud very recently. That was like one of my last shows, I feel like. It was their
Mine
first
too.
performance.
Look, mine too. Get real. Mine too.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's like it's so weird to think about like those few weeks right before and like the decisions. Like, I mean, I guess it's obviously different for me. Like, what shows do I see? Not knowing that these are going to be my last few versus you, like, I'm going to give it 110%, like I always do, but like not even knowing that these songs are going to be like the last ones you get to sing on a stage for the time being.
For
And
the time
like,
being. But that's nothing compared to like my friend Ariel, who had her wedding not know, and her contract was up, going to be up in a few weeks, so she didn't know that that was her last show that she was doing.
oh,
You know what I mean? So I feel bad for the
yeah.
shows that aren't coming back or the actors that don't get a chance to, kiss their characters goodbye. That's the thing.
Mm.
So I don't have it so bad.
Right. And you're clearly keeping your voice warm. I love it.
First of all, that was a rap, so maybe if I'm in Hamilton, but I might sing a little bit later if you might permit me.
I think so. Hey, I heard a sample before we went live. You're keeping
I
it
know.
warm.
Well, thanks, Liz Cap. No, thanks to my teachers. I've been doing my vocal lessons and playing them, so
Amazing.
you gotta stay in
Yeah,
shape.
you gotta. I know. And that's like I feel like I'm staying in shape doing these interviews, right? Like it's so different not like standing here like with my mic in hand, like looking next to you. Like it I like
Right.
sometimes I'm like because I'm looking at you here, which means that I'm looking above the actual camera. But if I were to
Ah.
look at the camera, that feels weird. So I'm looking at you.
But to get into this production value, the banner and everything, like you're nailing it. You're nailing it.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
doing
you.
great, sweetie.
Love you. Love you. Yeah. Shout out to Chelsea Hill, who's illustrating Diva on Instagram. She's the
Ooh,
one that did this whole banner. Like I gave her my like sketch and she like glammed it up.
Chelsea, hit me up. I need things. I need
Big,
things.
big fan. Okay. So let's get into your origin story because I have been watching as much Jelani footage as I can over the last few days. And like, it's just been constant joy.
Aw, bless you.
So how did it all get started? What inspired you to
Oof.
get on the Broadway?
To get on the Broadway, well, honestly, the Broadway opportunity happened. Well, let me start from the beginning.
A very good place to start.
I see where you're headed with this. Um, it was a it was a teacher, my teacher Jennifer Foos, my choir teacher. I love being in choir. I love singing. I would always sing as a kid, and choir was just came natural to me, a natural outlet of my musicality. So I was always in choir, and then my mom said I got it from her. Ladies and gentlemen,
Hello.
Jacqueline Remy,
Come say hi.
come say hi. You have to now.
We want to say hi.
This is how she does her Zooms. Look.
Yes.
Wait,
No. Every time, every FaceTime is always so close. You have to say hi to Shoshana.
Hi there. Pleasure.
Me, Jackie. See, this is how every FaceTime I get is like this.
Yes, that's like when I FaceTime my
Look
grandma. Only eyes.
Too
Yes.
slow. There she is.
Hello, my dear. How
but
are you?
my eyes are going that way.
Oh my god.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. How are you?
She's great. She's great. She's great.
She's great.
6 feet. We've been here. We've been here.
Yeah.
But so the origin happened. I was asked to be in Grease, the musical, the musicale.
Yes.
The American musical about changing yourself for people to like you.
How American. How not Tony Sunday.
Ha. So I got cast as the role of Duty. And Duty sings that song, "What's that playing on the radio? Why do I start swaying to and fro?" And
Oh no, we're frozen. Oh no, let it go. Woo. Oh dear. Let's just give it a second, yo. Let's just hope.
are we
Oh,
back? Are we back?
we're back.
See, my mom done broke the internet. See? This is why it was Remy overload.
Too much.
Remy overload. Okay? One is enough. Did you hear her from the back? She's
What?
I didn't even want to say it because she might make the internet go out again. As I was saying, I got cast as Duty in Grease, and he sings that solo, those magic changes, and I was super, super nervous because it was my first time singing in front of we had an assembly with our student body to watch the show, and I sang the song. It was "Zoo doo wah boom." I'll never forget that pose because everybody started clapping, and I was enamored of being so nervous and doing it,
Yeah.
shaking, and the audience they felt it and connected, and I wanted to get good at that. And
Yeah.
I went did the next show, which was The Wiz, where I got nominated for a Paper Mill Playhouse Rising Star Award, for which I won. And
Yes,
I
honey.
then got sent to a summer camp, Kids Like Me, the Paper Mill Playhouse Rising Star program, and the teachers there and the kids there, I made friends for life. Even still to this day, I'm still friends with them. But that was sort of my taste into the potential of professional theater.
Yeah.
Because they really instilled in us that proper education and pushed us. And side note, the song that I sang
No. This technical. It's the rain, y'all. It's the rain. Oh, how I wish it wouldn't rain.
Ooh, is it back?
It's back. We're back. We're back.
Okay. So, Paper Mill Playhouse. I got picked to sing a song in their concert that we do, and the song I sang was "Endless Night." Foreshadowing, foreshadowing. Who knew? Not me. But let me make this long story short. I went to college at Montclair State for musical theater, where I fell in love with it even more. Thanks to Clay James, he was amazing, an amazing teacher. I was freelancing with an agency and auditioned for Hairspray, and guess what? I didn't book it, but I they wanted to see me for another project, which was High School Musical, and I got that.
Yes.
And I started on tour with High School Musical. Then I did High School Musical 2. And a Disney rep was like, "Hey, we're putting together Lion King. I think you might be great for that." And I auditioned for that. and I found out I was going to Las Vegas to play the back legs of the rhinoceros in The Lion King, and I was an
Yes.
understudy. I was understudy that worked my way up, got took over the role eventually, moved on tour for a few years, and then finally made my Broadway debut.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it's been such a wild ride, such so many things. But there's nothing like being in New York. It's like it was wonderful. And then since then, like I hung up my mask and jumped into like other great projects. But of course, my heart is always with my family, the Disney family for sure. But it's been interesting to see what Jelani does by what out of the jungle.
Yes.
Um, and so I did Smokey Joe's after that, and then I jumped to this other project called the
Chita
Apple Boys.
Rivera Award nominee.
I didn't want to say anything, but
But I did.
yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. And Josh Burgos was just amazing to work with, and the cast. Look out for us because we were putting together something as well. Because
Yes.
those are also amazing people and amazing talents, and especially with the music that Libra and Solar provided, I think we can revive a tune or two to sort of help people feel okay about what's going on. So, and also just every one of those actors and everybody a part of that show. Ugh, I can gush about the love and the respect that I have for all of them, and it was just a great time of celebrating individuality. Because we were all so different, but
Mm.
somehow it worked. To put together the show. Um, yeah, and I love each and every one of them. And after that close, I went to the Apple Boys, which was a barbershop quartet musical where I played Johnny Appleseed's grandson. So, diversity at its finest, if I'd say,
Yes.
and it was a four-person cast, and we had one female playing a man. So with her, myself, and two other guys, like we were progressive theater, and like I was the lead narrator of the show, and I also got to play different characters as well. And I hope it gets picked up because it was smartly written. It's hilarious. Has great music by Ben Bonema, great writing by Jonathan Lyons, and great direction by David Alpert and Johnny Moore Hawkins producing it. But then I jumped to what I'm at currently now, which is Ain't Too Proud, where I was first cast as a standby, and I was an understudy. I covered four. That's eight, but I covered four. I covered four of the five temps, and it was a
Wow.
swing essentially. So, and then Jeremy Pope, who originated the role of Eddie Kendricks, moved on to his stardom, and they saw potential in me, and
Yeah.
I got the role, and it's been a dream. It's been a dream.
We are so happy all of that happened because seeing you up on that stage, getting to know you, like you are really like such a joy and such a star of the Broadway
The
and
Broadway.
the Broadway and making it not such a great white way, which like that name, I feel like we could update the
We're
great
going.
white way.
We're going to. We're going
Yes.
to. Also, like colorblind casting, that's out too, right? Yeah, we're just gonna call it casting. It should be about the work. It's got to
What
be
a
about the work
concept.
and the best person for the job.
Yes. Yeah, I sat in on the B-Way for Black Lives Matter video
Oh, you
chat
were there?
yesterday. Oh
Okay,
my goodness. It was so informative. It was so like I cried a little bit. Like it was
good.
so, like
It's fuel.
they're
It's
just so
it's nourishment for the brain. It's
yes.
it's bringing awareness with education and
Yeah.
in a place of hope and to get better.
Yeah.
To get better.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's another one today, y'all, which is why we're having this at 3:30 rather than at 5, which is normally
Mm.
when these chats are. So hopefully y'all tune into that as well. But back to your story. It is so cool, kind of both with The Lion King and Ain't Too Proud, like how you started, you know, started from the bottom, now you're here.
Woo! You know what I say? I say started from the rhino, now I'm here. Started from the rhino, now I'm here. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
even better.
Started from the rhino, now I'm here. Yeah, I used to sing all that up and down those hallways. But
Yeah.
it's true. It's
And like
true.
I feel like swings are just superheroes. I do not know how y'all do it.
Woo, baby, wonder studies. Wonder studies. Because what y'all don't know is that there's on-stage stuff, but there's also backstage stuff. And
Mm,
in a show like The Temptations, where everyone does something on like a number, like a boom, and. If you're not on that and, like, oh, it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And the
um,
donut.
don't even get me started on the booby traps that are the stage, because there's something rotating this way and that way, and a treadmill and a thing, and
Oh,
it's a beautiful spectacle, but oh my God,
yeah.
trying to learn it and make sense of it, like out of context, was wild. But thanks to our
I
stage
bet.
manager, because they definitely, thanks Molly, for sure.
Yes. Amazing. Has there been like, I'm sure there have been many moments, but have there been like any specific ones that like stand out to you of like, wow, I'm here, I'm doing the thing, I'm loving every moment.
Oh man, loving every moment. Yeah, I think, well, with the show like ours, honestly, just when we first go out on stage singing that the way you do the things you do, and to
Yeah.
hear the audience reaction of nostalgia, joy, and just energy,
Yeah.
it sort of like grounds you and humbles you that you're stepping into these characters that have brought brought so many different people alive into the dance floor with their music. You know, because
Yeah.
everybody was singing the Temptation stuff, so we now have this this level of responsibility and an honor of bringing these iconic characters that, you know, paved the way,
Yeah.
back to life. And a lot of these people are seeing their favorites up on stage right now, you know, and then the next generation, they're bringing their kids to it as well,
Yeah.
and the kids are getting this knowledge and getting the history and getting the truth about some of the injustices that happened, that are still currently happening, you know. So it's interesting
Right.
how relevant our show is
Mhm.
now.
Yeah. Right, exactly. That sometimes these like period pieces or looking back to different times and you realize like they are not as different as we wish.
Shoshana, you're talking about, you're looking back at times, but I look back to the page of my script where exactly what they say is happening. They're shooting
Mm,
at us. You know what I mean? You know, so
wow.
what we did was we took a page of our script and literally posted it. And I urge you all to go to our Instagram, Ain'tTooProud, or a Facebook page, and you can see it for yourself. It's
Mm,
chilling, and it's sobering how real it is.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and just I was watching the video y'all just did. The I wish it would
Would
rain.
rain,
Oh,
yeah, at home, at home, at home. Thanks to
is
Kenny
that
Seymour, he's a wizard behind getting all that together. But it's so nice to see everybody. You know, it was so nice to like hear the voices and hear the band and to just
mm,
have that sort of feeling again. It's yeah, it was great.
it is such a special show. I've seen it twice now, which is pretty amazing, and I hope to see it a third time. But
Yeah.
the it's funny the timing because yesterday was my 1 year anniversary of seeing it for the first time. It like popped up on
Wow.
Facebook.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you. It was the first performance after the Tony Awards.
Mm,
And I it was so interesting, and especially what we were just talking about, like, understudies and swings. Like there were three understudies on that performance and y'all rocked it. And I was like, okay, okay, I see. I see.
yeah, everybody's highly qualified. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the beauty of the show, is that, well, casting as well, because everybody's wonderful, everybody's talented, and we're ready, and we feel we're all prepared to give you a show. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And give you an honest performance, or a musical performance. You know what I mean? Like it's our privilege, you know, and it's nice to know that anybody who fits in, we got their back, and we're all there to tell the story.
for sure. Yeah, this year has certainly helped me. Like I've always thought understudies were like pretty great, and then I like saw what y'all did, especially having like three leads as like a switch out and thinking, because like normally if there's like maybe an understudy who's going on for the first time, I could
Mm-hmm.
imagine y'all backstage would be like, hyping each other up or just like making sure everyone's in the right place or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
three out of
Three.
like five, like that's amazing.
Well,
What was that like?
what was it like? It was, we were ready, you know, because
Yeah.
I think it starts at the top. You know,
Mm,
we always gather and circle up before the show, and started by Derek. And Derek Baskin has a way of making you feel safe. You know, no
Mm,
matter what the circumstance is. He has a as a leading man, he has this power about him that you just feel safe.
mm,
You know, so I think it trickles down because he set that tone. So whoever's on, we know that we got their back, and we know that we are going to pick up anything. You know, and we're also aware and in
mm.
tune with each other, and we all sort of vibe off each other the entire show. So it doesn't matter who is on. We're going to listen to their show. We're going to listen to them. We're going to support them, and we're going to yes and them as we did before. You know what I mean? And we vibe
Yes.
with each other, and that's the recipe for a show like that.
That's amazing. And you can feel it. Like in the audience, yeah, we could feel like the fun that you're having, the
Ooh,
emotions, like
too much fun, too much fun. But no
and
such
it's,
thing as too much fun. But yeah, and
I
that
know.
radiates, and it's reciprocated because the audience, they I think because of the writing, it allows you to go on the journey with us, and you feel included. And so
Yeah.
it's interesting to feel the dynamic of the entire show shift and raise and lower and
Mm.
sort of then come to this conclusion and this beautiful conclusion where you see all of us finally back on the stage together again, and then we do
Oh,
our finale where everybody's including the band is on stage. So it's such a triumph.
hmm. Right. Like if you're not having fun, that's on you because Dominique from the top down, like everyone is
It's all there
putting
for
the
you.
work.
It's all there for you. It's all there.
Have there been any moments? I feel like everyone always asks about it, but they are very fun. If there was like something that went like ever so slightly wrong and you had to like cover, or like there was something that like went off.
Why would you? Okay, here we go. So there was a time when I was on, and I was super nervous. It's one of the first times I ever went on. I was super nervous, and I you ever see Sister Act?
Yes.
You know the character Sweaty Eddie? That was me, and I was super sweaty and nervous, and I did like a one count, and it was on the bus scene, and I went down, and my wig fell off.
No. Wig down.
Wig down on Broadway. And luckily, my hair was sort of long underneath, so you couldn't really tell. But there was this piece sitting on the ground, and all you hear from the guys on stage is, and we're supposed to do the serious scene, and
Oh
there is
no.
my wig. So I pick it up in a one count and shove it in my pocket and keep it moving. But like, the recovery was great, but it still happened, and we put in extra pins ever since then. So I've
True. True that. Yeah,
through that.
whenever there's a moment like that,
Oh,
I
thanks a
try
lot,
to hold it
Shoshana.
in. I try to hold it in, especially because, like, if I'm sitting in like the front row or front whatever, and y'all can see me, I'm like, oh no, hold it
Uh-huh.
back,
I don't know
reel
who
it
saw it, whoever was there. Did you see it? I don't know. I don't know, but I'll never forget that.
in. Amazing,
And or they will never let me forget that. So
right? It's a mutual thing.
right.
My boyfriend John has a question because we are big Nick Walker fans, and we also know that he loves to be a menace with all of his Hamilton fam. Is he the same sort of vibe on the Ain't Too Proud cast?
Well, let me just say this. Nick Walker is trouble. Well, the thing is, he's an amazing soul. He's such a great energy to have. You know, he's the perfect replacement for Derek. So if it's been such a pleasure to work with him. Unfortunately, we haven't got to work with each other all that much because of what's going on.
Hmm.
But look out for us this weekend because we're doing something for Debbie Allen. So tune into that. We're a part
Yes.
of that. So we're gonna be distant singing or something. But I can't wait to see my brothers again. But yeah, Nick. Mm. But here's the thing. He needs to know where I come from because I have been, wreaking havoc since, 1962. You know what I mean? So like, I've been wreaking havoc. Everybody knows my scare cam. Have you ever seen my scare cam from The Lion
Uh,
King? I used to do
no, please tell.
professional scaring. I used to hide in crevices and scare cam. And there's an Instagram thread that I had, so I might need to bring it back for Nick. So Nick, if you're
Please
watching
do.
this, I'm coming for
Yes.
you. Yeah.
We love it. We love to see it. We're all big Gigi with the skeleton
Dead.
emoji. Yes. Dead, dead, dead.
Also, hey to
Gigi.
Chris Porter. Chris Porter is from my hometown. So
Oh,
hey, And
Nice.
Alyssa Mazzoni is one of my students. Mazzone, I think it's Mazzone. She's one of my students that I
Mazzoni.
Mazzoni, because exactly. So hey, the support is wonderful. The support.
Yes. I love y'all tuning in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, wait. So we need to talk more about Disney because I love so much
Oh
everything about
boy,
it.
oh boy. Let's talk. Let's talk.
And all of your accents and your impersonations, you are on it.
Thank you. Thank you. I've always been a fan of like SNL or like Mad TV, and I
Mm,
always love to do voices. I've always loved that. But
yeah.
let's go back to Disney.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to go backwards and then go back to the beginning. So, seeing your performance of Go the Distance of on 54 Belows at home, I wish was stellar, and I've watched it too many times. And if we can get a double Jelani Hercules, like my life would be made.
We are gonna work on it. It's gonna happen. But that was my mega mix because I've seen this Disney live stream and not the live stream, the sing-alongs,
Yes.
and like how amazing and how like perfect it was for them to sort of bring that into our homes.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I it got me wanting to sing it. So I just like let me pull all these songs together and just see what happens.
Yes, a Disney remix medley is like all of my jam. It was, and your like story, the fact that you would start going, and I was like, but then I thought I am.
It's gotta have a you gotta have a gimmick. Because when you do a show called like I Wish, like
Mm.
sky's the limit. Like last time I sang what I sing? Somewhere That's Green.
Yes. Oh, I saw that
And
video.
I did it in full Audrey garb. Look at it on my Instagram, everybody, at it's Jelani Remy. And so I wanted to do something, Disneyfied this time.
Disneyfied. That's also
Disneyfied.
making me think of your Wicked. I've been watching all of your videos, as I
Oh,
said, and I want to see you as Fiero so badly.
listen, I'm wearing green for this for a reason. No, I'm kidding. I that is a role that I would love to play sometime. So who knows? Who
Who
knows?
knows? Do you have like what? Do you have like one big like? Oh, if I could choose, if I had to choose, if I had to choose, what would be like your role that if you could just like handpick?
Oof, a role that's already been done because my role hasn't been written yet.
Then
But
please tell us.
I would love to play the leading player in Pippin.
Ooh,
I, I've
yes.
I've done it before in high school, but I think that now that I'm a little more seasoned, I think that it could be something magical.
I would love to see that. I wish I could have seen that when the revival hit 2013, I think, right?
Something like that. I was on tour, so I missed the entire. I missed all the auditions. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So yeah.
so now we need to have this happen. That would be
But
great.
my bestie Cindy Winters was in the show, so I got to see
Ooh,
her slay. So yeah, hey Cindy.
amazing. And then if there's one that's on Broadway right now, what would it be?
Eddie Kendricks and Ain't Too Proud. No, okay. If I had to pick another one, in another show, it'd be Fiero.
Yeah.
What else is playing?
You know, Dancing Through Life is one of my favorite songs.
It's beautiful. It just is. I love As Long as You're Mine. I think that's such a beautiful duet.
Yes.
I would
Mm,
love to sing that with somebody. Maybe you and I can do
that sounds amazing.
it.
I had a Broadway caliber voice.
Ah, it's all about the passion.
True. I do have a lot of passion.
You got
I am
lots to give.
passionate a lot. So good. So good. And then, okay, I saw you at the Thanksgiving Day Parade rehearsals. Whew. What was that whole process
Didn't
like?
you hold my phone or something like that?
I did.
That was epic. That's always been a dream of mine. Um, the only time I was asked to be a part of the Thanksgiving Day Parade, it was in high school with my show choir, and my mom wouldn't let me go.
No.
No, I know. And I was
Mama.
like, I'm still not over it. However, getting to open the parade this year, I think was definitely the silver lining. And it was just one of the most exhilarating things ever. And
Yeah.
to be a part of that iconic history and to be opened by, people of color
Yep.
in our colorful show in a show that is unapologetically Black. Um, it was a great accomplishment, and I'm so proud of us, and I'm proud of that accomplishment.
You ain't too proud.
Ooh, I see what you did there.
Can't help it. I have to throw it in like once, right? I had to like
Had to do it.
I was finding the right moment. Took my time. Amazing. So I feel like this is a pretty great opportunity to just like hear your beautiful voice sing to all of us.
Okay, hold on. Okay, well, since we're talking about Alphaba and things green, the
Yes.
song that I'm gonna do is for Pride. It's gonna be the Rainbow Connection. Is that okay?
Yes, please.
Let me just check, and I think I'm gonna try my Kermit impersonation.
Please do.
Let me just get all this hooked up here. Okay. How's it sound?
Hi everybody, Kermit the Frog here with a song that I originated, sung by Jelani Remy.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know the wrong way and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Not too shabby, Jelani.
Yes.
Who
Woo!
said that every wish should hurt and be answered when wished on a morning star? Well, somebody thought of that, and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far. But what's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? What do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under a spell. We know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep? Have you heard the voices? I heard them calling my name. Is that the sweet sounds that call the young sailors? It might be one and the same. Well, I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La da 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 da. La da 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 da.
Happy Pride, everybody.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much. Happy Pride indeed.
I think you're muted, but hey.
Oh, let's see. Can you hear me now?
No.
Oh no. Oh no. I don't know. This is so weird. I don't know. Blah, 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 blah. Can y'all hear me at home? This is
You know, Kermit is my favorite Muppet, so I'm happy to bring that to life. I still can you hear me still? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me? Great.
I
For my next tune,
Please just take it
Okay,
away.
I'll sing again. Great. Here we go. Let's see. Is this the song? How's this one? This is a mashup. The costumes, the scenery, the makeup, the props, the audience that lifts you when you're down. The headache, the heartache, the backache, the flops, the sheriff that escorts you out of town. The opening when your heart beats like a drum. The closing when the customers won't come. Give my regards to Broadway. Remember me to Herald Square. Tell all the gang at 42nd Street that I will soon be there. Give my regards to old Broadway and say that I'll be there ere long.
Yay! I got 2 songs and a rap. What up? Can you even hear me? Oh, Jelani. Everyone else can apparently hear me but you. If you can't hear me, you can just keep on singing. And now my dog is here. This is so funny. We had a big audio weird thing. I feel like I'm just talking and you can't hear me, but everyone else can hear me. So who even knows? I'm glad this happened after the song. Maybe hop out, hop back in. Let me see if I can write that and he'll see. Oh, he's frozen. Maybe that means he'll come back in anyway. It'll take a break. Hope y'all are doing well.
No, I can't hear you still. Dang
You
it.
still can't hear me. I can hear you.
But I love you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I'm so
My pleasure.
sorry that you can't hear.
Bye,
See you.
everybody.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry that it got cut short, but not before we heard him beautifully sing, which was amazing. The show must go online continues throughout quarantine. You can subscribe right here to bwaySHO on YouTube. And if you like what you see, you can become a Showtreon. Just go to patreon.com/bwaySHO. That's bwaySHO. And we have monthly live chats with just our community, which are pretty fun. And now we're getting ready for the Broadway for Black Lives Matter. So tune into that so you can stay educated. If you have any questions, you can message me. I hope y'all have wonderful Pride. I hope you're staying as safe as possible. And I will clip off those songs and upload them as separate YouTube videos so we can enjoy his beautiful singing. And then if you want to also hear us chat, then you can tune back in to this longer video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at the show.